Let's practice some two-step equations. We have an equal sign here, so we have an equation. We want to get x all by itself. So why don't we add 1 to both sides? Essentially, mentally, look at this -1 here. We're going to throw it over the equal sign. And you can either add 1 to both sides, or you can mentally think of the -1 flipping signs becoming a +1. Mentally, that might be a bit faster. So 2x remains on the left-hand side. And we're going to take -1, throw it over the magical rainbow bridge, where signs flip. -1, the negative is always to the left of the number. The sign is to the left of the number. When you throw it over, it becomes a +1. This number 5 here remains the same, but the -1 becomes a +1. So we have 2x equals 5 plus 1, which is 6. And this now becomes like a one-step equations. We divide both sides by 2. So x equals 6 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2. You could say this is 2x divided by 2. The 2's cancel. So in the future, we're going to start skipping this step here. X equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Please don't say the answer is 3 divided by 1. The answer is 3. Okay, question number 2. Okay, so now we have question number 2. We want to get this x term all by itself. So let's subtract both sides by 1. When you subtract by 1, this 1 goes away. So essentially, we're going to take this +1 number and throw it over the equal sign. So the +1, when you throw numbers or terms over the equal sign, it flips. +1 becomes -1. So x over 5 is equal to 3 minus 1. What's 3 minus 1? It's going to be 2. And so the last step here is we multiply both sides by 5. Because when you multiply by 5, and you multiply by 5, both sides, these 5's cancel. When the number 5 is on the side, that actually means it's on the numerator. So the numerator and denominator, 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. 1x just becomes x. X equals 2 times 5, which is 10. Let's try number 3. So now this is just an expression. This is not an equation. There's no equal sign, but we're going to practice some basic polynomial expansion. We have this number 2 here, and we have a bracket. And when you have a number on the side, think of it like feeding the dog and feeding the cat. This is called distribution. What's 2 times 3x? So the number 2 here in a bracket, there's actually a hidden multiplication sign here. You multiply 2 times 3x is going to be 6x. The x remains the same, but you multiply 2 times 3, which becomes the coefficient, the number in front of the x. You fed the dog, now let's feed the cat. What's 2 times -2? The answer is -4. So this is polynomial expansion, and we have a binomial. We have 2 terms, 1 term, 2 terms. Let's try another basic polynomial expansion question. You have the number -30. What's -30 times 2? We're feeding the dog. -30 times 2 is -60. And now we need to feed the cat. What's negative times a negative number? It's going to be positive. What's 30 times 5? It's a big number. It's 150. So 3 times 5 is 15, and you add that 0 over here. So 30 times 5 becomes this number here, but remember there's an x here, so we have to put the x over here. -30 times -5x is positive 150x. And we're done because we can't mix the x's with the actual integer. So we're practicing another distribution question. So this is the number. You see a big fat bracket here. One way of doing this is to feed the dog, feed the cat, and feed the bird. What's 3 times 1? The answer is 3. What's 3 times positive 2x? The answer is positive. 3 times 2 is 6x. What's 3 times positive 8x? It's going to be positive. 3 times 8 is 24, and the x remains. But remember, we're not done. We need to clean this up here. You can't mix x-ray machines and integers, but you can mix x-ray machines with x-ray machines. If you have 24 x-ray machines and you add it with 6 more, how many do you have in total? You have a total of 30 x-ray machines. And so this is the simplified answer. Let's try this question one more time. So the original question was 3 bracket, 1 plus 2x plus 8x. So in math, you have some freedom to clean things up on the inside first. So we have this nice bracket here. You have the right to clean things up within the bracket. Simplify. So I'm going to leave this 3 in the big bracket alone. I'm going to leave this integer 1 all alone. What is 2 x-ray machines plus 8 x-ray machines? And the answer is 10 x-ray machines. We can no longer simplify, but you can now feed the dog and feed the cat. 3 times 1 is 3, and 3 times 10x is 30x. And this is our same answer as we did previously. It's up to you how you do it. Great job.